Imagine scheduling when an order will be sent to the market based on a specified time or price action of one or more symbols. TradeStation clients do not have to imagine. Their reality is that the activation rule is an order feature available on the TradeStation platform that can trigger order submissions based on the criteria they select. The activation rule dialog allows traders to add a time trigger, price trigger, or a combination of both to their options order, including spreads. Users can integrate up to 4 equity, option, or index symbols into the activation rule logic. This feature can be used for entry, take profit, and stop loss orders. Let's use an example to demonstrate this tool's capabilities. We will start by showcasing how the activation rule feature can be used to enter an options trade. Suppose we were interested in entering a bull call spread on the stock Walgreen Boots Alliance Inc., symbol WBA, in a hypothetical scenario. Currently, the stock is approaching an area of support with a lot of buying pressure, and the price may bounce up to the resistance near $25, where it will meet a lot of selling pressure. We will select WBA options that expire nearly 2 months out to allow ample time for the underlying price to move as anticipated. We have loaded WBA into OptionStation Pro and selected the $20 and $25 strike calls. Looking at the order ticket, the natural price is $2.27, indicating a $227 cost to enter the bull call spread. If the price of WBA were to drop down to the anticipated support level, the options would lose value and the position would experience a drawdown. Examining the vertical spread in the Analysis tab will give us more information on the potential loss. If the price were to drop to $20.82 today, the spread would lose about $53.88 in value. This accounts for nearly 24% of the initial amount paid to enter the spread. This is where the activation rule feature will help. We can delay placing the entry order until the price of WBA has dropped into the support level. Although we can't determine the exact price of the option at that time, we can estimate it by adjusting the price slice to the $20.82 level and advancing the time by 1 week. The theoretical value of the 2025 bull call spread would be $167.93 if WBA's price were to drop to $20.82 in 1 week. To set up the activation rule for the entry order, we will go to the trade bar and check the box next to the activation rule. Clicking the ellipsis button will open the activation rule dialog menu where we can specify the trigger for our order. We enter the stock symbol and add it to the criteria. Then, we specify that the order will be triggered if the price drops to or below $20.82. To reduce the risk of a false trigger from a late stock print, we can set the trigger type to double trade tick within NBBO, delaying the trigger until a second tick at the same price occurs. Refer to the attached article for detailed information about the various trigger types. Once we create the activation rule specifics, we can click OK and return to the ordered ticket. We should change the duration of the order to GTC or Good Till Cancel so it will be valid beyond the current trading day. We don't know what the exact price of the spread will be when the order is triggered. Keeping the order type as a limit allows us to specify the price we are willing to accept or a better one. While this approach provides clarity on our potential maximum risk up front, there is a possibility that the order may not be filled. We can change the order type to market to increase the likelihood of entering the spread. Once WBA's price triggers the order, the platform will attempt to enter the spread at the available market price. Although we analyze the spread using price slices in OptionStation Pro, it's important to note that the market price is not guaranteed to match our theoretical value at entry. If we accounted for most variables, our entry price should be close to the theoretical value. You can verify the activation rule trigger in the order confirmation before sending the order. After placing the order, the activation rule can also be verified in the Manage tab of OptionStation Pro. Using 2 price activation rules allows you to set up a bracket on the position. The bracket consists of an order that triggers at a profit target or a protective stop loss. The resulting order will be triggered based on the underlying price. We can create the bracket once the options position has been opened. This example shows a bear call spread in Arcus Biosciences Incorporated, RCUS. The spread was open to potentially profit from the price of RCUS dropping from a resistance level near $20 to a support near $15. The debit spread does have a maximum loss, but we can mitigate risk further by placing a stop loss below that maximum. The stop loss offers protection if we were wrong about the price dropping, and instead, the price rallied above $20.60. The bear put spread is a debit spread with negative theta. If the price of the underlying reaches our price target, we may want to exit the spread before the time decay erodes profits or the price bounces from support. We can create the closing order by right-clicking on the position and selecting Close this position. We must change the order type to market to set up the price activation bracket. Also, be sure to change the duration of the order to GTC, good till canceled, if you don't want the order removed at the close of the current trading day. Now we are ready to set the activation rule for the triggers. Select the checkbox for the activation rule and click the ellipsis to open the menu. We must add the stock symbol twice because we are creating a bracket with two different price triggers for the position. It's critical that you change the connector from AND to OR, as the price cannot move both up and down simultaneously. Let's use the first row for the stop loss. We are setting up a trigger to send a market order if the price of RCUS moves above the resistance top at $20.16. We'll make the second row our profit target exit. The market order will be triggered when the price of RCUS drops to or below the support at $15.81. The trigger types attempt to mitigate the risk of a bad price tick triggering an order inadvertently. There is no guarantee that this feature will prevent all circumstances of a bad price tick triggering a stop order or a bad stop order fill price. For more details on the trigger types, refer to the TradeStation help on the desktop platform. Once the triggers are set, click OK and place order to create the bracket. A confirmation box may appear. Verify that the activation rules are correctly set, then send the order. An important consideration when placing this bracket order is that, as a market order, it can only be placed during market hours, Monday through Friday, from 9:30 a.m. Eastern to 4 p.m. Eastern. It will be rejected if you attempt to place it outside this time. Single leg option traders can also create price-activated bracket orders based on the option's premium instead of the underlying price. However, multi-leg traders do not have this capability. Here, we have a long call on Tesla Inc., TSLA. The process is similar to what we did for the spread. The differences are that we will use the option symbol instead of the stock, and the value used for the triggers will be the premium instead of the underlying price. The option symbol can be found by using the lookup feature in the activation rule menu. Alternatively, you can copy it from your open position in the Manage tab. The trade price of the call was $12.75. If the option expires out of the money, the maximum loss would be $1,275. The activation rule can potentially limit the loss. The maximum profit potential on a long call is infinite. Recognizing that prices often stall or reverse at resistance in the markets, TradeStation clients can leverage the analysis tools available in OptionStation Pro to estimate the theoretical value of an option when it reaches their underlying price target. For our example, let's imagine we want to profit $600 and maintain a 3-to-1 risk-to-reward ratio. Our entry price was $12.75, so we are targeting a premium of $18.75 for the profit. Our risk should be around $200, triggering the stop if the premium drops to $10.75. We will enter this in the values for the activation rule menu. We can verify the activation rule in the order confirmation before placing it. TradeStation's activation rule lets traders determine when an order will be sent to the market based on a specified time or price. Many traders succumb to their emotions when in the markets. This can cause them to hold on to losses as they grow unmanageable or scare them into cutting profits too soon. TradeStation's activation rule feature can help remove the effect of emotions on trading. Orders to enter or exit are triggered by time or price movement, not by a feeling. This may help TradeStation's options traders trade smarter, not harder.